Hello, I'm Darren McGee and welcome to my Mental Health Information and Awareness channel. Now, today's topic, I've been asked to look at and discuss parental alienation. Now, in looking at this, first of all, we're going to look at what parental alienation is. We're going to look at the effects that it has on a child or children. And we're going to look at some indicators that might show that parental alienation is taking place. So if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please check out my other videos on mental health related topics. But first of all, what is parental alienation? Well, it's the term that's normally given, normally during a breakup, a separation, a divorce or whatever, when one parent, though sometimes both, try to turn their children against the other parent. They try to damage that relationship. They want the child or the children to reject the other parent. They want to do it even though the children may have previously, or still do, have a good relationship with that parent. And although either parent can alienate, both can alienate as well, I'm just going to use the terms parent A and parent B. Parent A being the one who's doing the alienating, parent B being the one who's being alienated. And I'm going to refer to child, even though it can be children, okay? So let's begin. There are three different types, three different levels of parental alienation. Firstly, there's the most common type, the lowest level, if you will. That's when a parent communicates and shows dissatisfaction, frustration, whatever, towards the other parent. Now, this can differ in intensity. There may be patterns. For example, the pattern could be parent A starts to show that dissatisfaction, that frustration, whatever, just prior to parent B turning up to collect the child. Now, at the lowest level, parent A may later regret this behavior. They may accept and even try to encourage, support a healthy relationship with parent B. And this would be commonly taking place, say, after the divorce, when everything's settled, whenever both have, say, moved on. Now, the effect on the child could be, at this level, the child may complain about having to spend time with parent B. However, when they're in parent B's company, when they're spending time with them, that behavior and that relationship, it returns to the normal level. The next level ramps up the gears, more moderate level, if you will, of alienation. This is where we begin to get into the realms of brainwashing, okay? Now, this involves parent A constantly communicating negatively about parent B. Now, this could include telling the child parent B doesn't really love them because they left. They don't want them. Parent B only wants to see them just to hurt and annoy parent A. Parent B is hurtful, abusive, worthless, selfish, not nice to be around. Now, at the moderate level, parent B, or parent A rather, may be so angry. They don't necessarily recognize the damage they're doing to the child, and that's why it's persistent. And the effect this has on the child is the child will strongly resist any contact with parent B. They may become withdrawn, badly behaved, even antagonistic towards parent B. And because the alienation is consistent, the child will eventually start to behave and feel the same way as they would at the high level. Because at the high level of alienation, there is relentless, continual, harsh criticism, hatred towards parent B. Parent A will even rage at the mention of them. Everything about them is scorned. The intent there is to destroy the child's relationship with parent B by destroying their belief and their concept of them. Parent A may even punish the child, get very upset, guilt trip the child just because they look forward to or had a good time with parent B. If the child doesn't collude with parent A, if they aren't negative enough towards parent B, they will show dissatisfaction, distress, anger, depression in a way that almost punishes the child. Now, parents who behave at this level of alienation, they consistently have a rigid view, not just of parent B, but of the world around them. And it's a view that can never be changed. They're the type of parent who doesn't turn up at court. They go back on agreements, they violate court orders, they accuse parent B of all manner of things. Now, the effect this has on the child is a mix of both fear and hatred towards parent B. Any contact they have with parent B is begrudged. They'll be openly defiant towards them. They may be hostile towards anyone new in parent B's life. They may even collude with parent A in accusing parent B of bad and inappropriate behaviour. And the child's behaviour when they're in the company of parent B, that reinforces parent A's assertion that that's not a healthy, safe relationship and they really don't want to be there. And that is often used in child custody battles. So there are the three different types, three different levels of parental alienation. So how do you recognize the difference between parental alienation and, say, what could be a genuine grievance on the child's part? Genuine upset at the parents separating, a genuine disagreement. Well, I think there's three things to look out for. Okay, now I'm not saying that this proves anything, but I think these are indicators. Okay, first of all, the child believes one parent is good and the other is bad. There's no in between. They will love one and they will hate the other. When in reality, kids will get upset and annoyed at both parents from time to time, but they will still love and want to spend time with them both as well. Secondly, and this would only really apply to very young children, but the reasons for not wanting to spend time with parent B are quite silly. They don't like their beard, they don't like their hairstyle, they don't like their perfume, they don't like their music, whatever it is. It might be quite silly, nonsensical really, just the way children come out with things. Other times, the things they say might sound a little bit too grown up, not the sort of thing that would come from the mind of a child, like, I don't like the place where they work, I don't like the people they work with, or they don't have good Wi-Fi. And the last indicator, I think, is when the child doesn't just want to spend time with parent B, but they don't want to spend time with any side of that family, the grandparents on parent B's side, aunts and uncles, cousins and so on. Others who before they had a really good relationship with, looked forward to seeing, spending time with, they don't want to see anybody on that side of the family at all. So there are three different levels, three different types of parental alienation and three ways to help identify it as well. If you have any thoughts or comments, please use the comment box below. I'd like to read your comments and respond to them when I can. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel for future updates on mental health related topics. Please feel free to suggest any future topics you'd like me to cover. Thanks for watching.